son. Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. He's proud of you. I love you. Yeah. I'm at a point in my life like we all grew up in the streets and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons and sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am today.
Meek Mill birthday has just been completely destroyed by Diddy. I'm referring to Meek Mill, sorry. He was exposed as Meek's boy toy when he showed up in court on the day that Meek was celebrating his 38th birthday. Contrary to what we initially believed, Meek was not coerced into opening his cheeks for Diddy. He even went so far as to sleep with some of the escorts Diddy was bringing in from other nations since he truly wanted the diddler to clap him. Since being discovered, Meek has changed, and it does not seem like he will ever be the same. Terrence Howard once claimed these rappers never go back to being the same after they bend down and let Diddy have his way with them. Some even say that Meek was the one he was referring to. To be honest, Terrence is extremely homophobic, and it is likely that he said that to make fun of homosexual people. However, because Meek has changed after Diddy toyed with his cheeks, some people believe that there is some truth to what he claimed.
You know, but when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time.
When a music producer named Lil Rod sued Diddy for Ding and S.A.ing Meek Mill at a party last year, it became clear that the two were gay. It seems that Diddy had flown him to Miami to assist with the creation of his album, but shortly after arriving and splitting from Diddy, he discovered that Diddy had other intentions for him, and music production was not the top priority on that list. After drinking a few glasses of wine, he was too inebriated to resist Diddy's demands to have him naked and offensive. This is where it gets even more bizarre because according to Lil Rod's lawsuit, Diddy actually tried to persuade him to be his boy toy in exchange for some industry favors. As you can imagine, this sent the internet into a frenzy, with everyone accusing Meek, Usher, and CVJ of being DL. However, Meek was the only one to respond to the accusations, and he went into full denial mode. You know, the typical tactic that most DL men use when people start clicking their teeth. He said, "I would trash any celebrity if they tried a wild move on me. No pics literally go crazy on them. That is all. I'm from Philly, man. All my guys always watch me around this wild industry. I'm from Philly, I don't do. Or freaky ASS, Molly, nobody won't even offer me because I'm that heavy. No man or what would ever approach me about gay activity. And the whole place don't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming, LOL. As like he could not possibly get any worse." The audio of Meek allegedly having his cheeks destroyed by Diddy in a secret room during a freak-off party was leaked by Diddy's former bodyguard. Although it was only a tape, people were convinced that it was Meek because the person performing the bending sounded exactly like Meek, and the person giving it sounded exactly like the diddler. In addition, the person who leaked the audio claimed to have been Diddy's bodyguard in the past and had personally recorded the recording after witnessing them sneaking into a private room together in the middle of the party.
Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was past the fork out. I don't drink, so I was playing that stuff off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke. Like, I smoke, and I had my own one of the, like, everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the little door, and I brought the phone, because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against the cheeks. I heard you struggling to take breath. I heard them being like, yeah, daddy. Like, when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling, like, yeah, I kept the phone there, and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this like the Diddy.
After everything started to come together, people started bringing up some odd activities that Meek had been involved in, which seemed to prove that Diddy had actually toyed with his hole. The first was this footage of him cooling off in the water while Diddy commended him on his hard work and videotaped him. In retrospect, it appears like they had just concluded multiple rounds of freak-offs and Meek was cooling off to be ready for another one, making the already strange footage even stranger. As if all of this was not damning enough, he was also discovered to be a follower of a gay Twitter feed that only features videos of black gay men beating one another. But, it did not end there. Additionally, there was an old tune that Meek had previously recorded. Diddy also became popular after confessing to performing some unimaginable things through an online leak. You would think that after all of this humiliation and his exposure, he would wish to avoid attention so that he would not be further associated with Diddy. However, he took the exact opposite action. Christian Combs, Diddy's son, released a song a few months ago in which he essentially retaliated against 50 Cent for using Diddy's name. Christian also reportedly confessed to Diddy in the same song that he had been hiding certain evidence that the police had not yet discovered. Christian and 50 got into a lengthy argument, and 50 began making fun of him before making a valiant effort to seem like a gangsta when, in reality, he was simply a pampered Hollywood boy. And now, despite the fact that it had nothing to do with him, Meek somehow immersed himself into it. He accused 50 of being a mole in response to 50's article regarding Christian snitching on Diddy. Who in the industry is secretly collaborating with the federal government? He stated, "Because you federal, the street iggas and queens know that. Why are you trying to pick on a little boy? Your own son hates your guts, LOL. I'm so grateful to be on an island with my son and his friends on his birthday. Don't follow these guys. Their miserable lives are terrible. They pay iggas to tear iggas down. I never saw black people laugh at black people getting indicted. He'd really be online enhancing people's cases, and he got real statements against iggas. You ain't feed Mike Knox yet. Everybody onto you." As you can clearly imagine, 50 was not amenable to this and quickly brought up the boy toy accusations. He stated, "You sold 6,000 copies on your last project. You should not be on vacation, still chasing the dream or embracing the nightmare. Standing by your man, I respect that." Remarkably, Meek quickly responded to 50 Cent by claiming that his previous project sold 6,000 copies, but he made no attempt to refute 50's assertions that Diddy was his guy. He responded, "Chow is a disaster. My last project sold 90,000 in the first week, an expensive pain. Ross did that last CD for fun to let me out of my contract because we are rich and have some type of history. It's different, LOL. I don't even know how Cuban was talking to you. Your swag is extremely whack." Naturally, 50 took exception at this and replied by sharing a video of Meek sultryly singing a love song to Diddy at a party with the following caption, "I commend you for being a strong, supportive woman for your man Meek. Stay by his side, and together you guys may have a good life. God bless." A mess. Unfortunately, this is not Meek's end, because Diddy's trial began right before he was getting ready to celebrate his birthday, and rumors have it that he will be further embroiled in it than he already is. Meek's birthday was on May 6th, but he was unable to celebrate since he now has to worry about what would be said about him during that trial. Diddy's trial began on May 5th. Someone said, "I think it's so sad that either this man Meek Mill was SA'd or was a willing participant in homosexual activities. Either way, instead of people making fun of him, they should be supporting him and helping him get through this." Someone else said this grown man consented to everything he did and has done. He would only be a victim if he told Diddy no, and Diddy retaliated with force. Meek accepted and consented to the debauchery first, and then control was inflicted. This disqualifies him as a victim. If he is a victim, he is a victim of his own greed that told him to consent to unspeakable acts. However, I would like to know your opinion on Meekisha being revealed by Diddy on his birthday. And do you guys believe that Diddy took advantage of him, or that the things he supposedly did with him were mutually agreeable?